Hey guys, this is Jinsen from Questionable Plays, and today we're going to be showing you a match from one of our locals. Today, we are showing off Hunters versus Greymon Toolbox, but I don't agree fully with the deck title because it could be fully Raid, fully Black Wargreymon, but I guess Toolbox is kind of like the blanket term. Hunters may or may not have a bad time against Greymon. It depends on like what the Greymon has like in their deck, of course. If they have Hades Forces, the Black Wargreymon variation, which of course like with enough Hades Forces and Black Hole Greymons, Hunters can have a really tough time against Greymon because they could just go to their Mega so fast, do a lot of damage, and if Hunters can't establish like a good amount of tempo, then it's gonna be really tough for them to like challenge the deck, especially if they don't play any Tamers, which is kind of like the biggest thing about Hunters is that they're boss monster is actually a level 5, which is a Digimon Superior mode. And that could like tuck Digimon under Tamers and basically almost locks them away, like almost 100%. And it seems like Greymon has been doing a really good job so far, building really tall, using those like training cards, memory boosters to go into their Wargreymon raid to just do a lot of damage, um, do a lot of checks at a very high DP. There's barely nothing in, there's almost nothing in Hunter Security that could like stop like a Mega, except for maybe if they want to play a removal option, but Hunters has been known to like not really have the space to really play a lot of those removal cards. So definitely like there's nothing to really worry about in a Hunter Security. Like it's very rare you see an options card. You mostly will see Tamers, like you see with the Taiki and the Tigeru. Also, I want to make a note that, don't know why, but the life points of our Greymon player is not in view, but I think we'll figure out like who is winning, who is not winning, based on like what's been going on and how many checks and how many times like the Greymon player has taken life from has taken life. But we'll definitely fix that in future videos to make sure that all the security cards are in view. So far, really good, powerful start from the Greymon player, but it seems like Hunters has a lot of sources saved under their Tamers. A lot of those checks were Tamers, so that's a really good, that's a really like powerful thing for Hunters is that you could possibly be giving them the Tamers they need to just start, you know, putting things in their sources, gaining memory with the Uamano, and of course drawing more cards with Taiki, and you see that Huntress is just forming up the Digimon, giving it rush by putting at least 2 sources underneath. Looks like we're going to go heavy draw on this current evolution. We're going to swing in, draw 4 cards. That's another cool thing about Hunters is that they just draw so many cards in their deck. So that they're always able to fuel their Tamers, fuel their evolutions. It's like Cross Hearts, but a little different. You are still evolving, but it's like a different, like, kind of like a different route. And we can see here that even though Hunters has, you know, fueled up a lot of sources under their Tamers, they don't seem to be like falling behind, even when they're losing like Digimon. And now there's just so many Tamers. I don't think this Greymon deck is playing Hades Force, but I guess it doesn't matter since like we just finished the game with Omnimon. Just check once and then Omnimon for game. So really clean first match for Greymon. Like it does have to deal with the early aggro Hunters, but obviously if you're a blocker, because it's probably running the ties, the black ties, you don't really have to worry about like a lot of the Hunters Digimon like touching your security. But it seems like this Greymon is going the full aggro variant, like well, then again, we haven't seen the Tamers being played, so not sure like what actual variant this is. And it's kind of cool that Greymon has kind of like evolved over time, becoming like basically almost whatever you want. It could be like a full aggro, it could be like a full control, it could be anything, and that's what's really cool. Same thing for Hunters. Hunters can go either fully aggro or fully defensive, based on like what save Digimon you are running. I remember I was going to a locals in Queens, and there was someone that was playing like a more like defensive Hunters. They had more the black Digimon that has blocker and reboot. So definitely you can make Hunters also like whatever you want as well. But I think the most common form of Hunters is the more like aggressive version. Um, And I think that's like the most popular one to do because, of course, like, I mean, who doesn't want to do like a bunch of checks, right? With a jamming Arrested Dramon, and of course going to Superior Mode, which can also attack when the turn ends, which is very powerful. We're going to start off with some good first turns from both sides. Agumon's grabbing stuff, same as the Red Memory Boost, as well as Tigeru from the Shoutmon King. That's a really, like, powerful move. Now we just set up, go with Omnimon Shout. Omnimon Shout, hit a training. That's really, really rough. We're just going to play Watchmaker, grab a Digimon with Save, and of course a Hunter Tamer card, which will be Taiki. That's really, really good so far. Now we're going to move up. No tie, so we can't do the free Evo, but we'll just take a chip, I guess. Coral to draw a card. But this is kind of weird because now he doesn't have any color sources unless he was missing the champion. I guess from all that searching, did not hit champion, or maybe he's saving it for a different stack. Let's see what happens. Omnimon hits an Agumon. That's really, really rough. That's probably an Agumon that can be used for searching, or if he doesn't draw an Agumon on this, he doesn't have anything to raise up on his next turn. So that rookie swing was just very peculiar. Not really sure about that. Hunters is just setting up really, really well. We have an Omni Shao, we have a Clockmon, just doing, you know, really good things with the setup right now. Now we have two swings. You could form a cross, form a Arrested Dramon Superior Mode, probably on your next turn. And then probably just clean up afterwards since we have Clockmaker. And if there's at least one more Tamer, then Clockmaker is live, which means you could give security +1 to any Digimon with save in his traits. Draw cards with Tigeru, no, Taiki. And we're gonna go to another king. Do we see a Uemano being dropped? I think I see it in this hand. Yep. Tigeru, which is not bad because it's still another Tamer, which will enable Watchmaker, so it has another security check. Really good at keeping turn, really on putting on the pressure. I think our Greymon player is just gonna get like rushed down, unfortunately, with these Omni Shout mods. Oh my god. And I think like there was, oh no, that probably came from security. Let's see what the Greymon player has in store. Puts him at 1, has a memory boost, offense training, so he can go into at least a Mega to potentially deal with something, but unfortunately no tie to make it a blocker. So that's going to be really, really rough. I think he needs to see tie and raid Wargreymon right now so he can reboot as a blocker, because I think Greymon has taken a lot of heavy damage early from the early rush, and this might spell a little bit of trouble for him. But he has the raid Metal Grey. Maybe if he has the Tamer in hand, can raid, drop the Tamer. Oh, this is the ideal raid with X Antibody. So we're gonna raid with Metal Greymon, drop the Black Tie, make it a blocker. And now we're gonna go for extra checks with the Metal Grey X Antibody with the X Antibody bonus. Checking for 2, giving him the Uemano. That is scary. Now there's way a lot of Tamers. And I don't think this Greymon deck is playing Hades Force, which is kind of rough. But unfortunately now, this is the really scary part and unfortunate part about, like, the Hunters matchup for Greymon. Now that there's a tie on the field, that Greymon could get shoved under him by Arrested Dramon Superior Mode Evolution Effect, which is unfortunate. Because if he just has it, then we just lock up that Wargreymon under tie, and now Greymon is basically going to lose on this, like, next turn. There's 2 Omni Shouts. Probably going to save those, because I think we have more than enough sources to cross into a rookie and go into a level 4 for free, and then a level 5 with no issues. But doesn't look like he has a superior mode, so that's going to be a little bit rough for him. I think based on the hand, the quick look through, I don't think there's a superior mode in hand. We don't hit from the Dame, he always misses. Oh, never mind, he has it. I probably just didn't see it. We're just gonna put everything under it, give it jamming, give it all the good stuff, the draw cards, put Wargreymon under tie, and yeah, very, very, very funny looking Tamer right there. So we went Omni Shout, hit a training, hit that with the other Digimon, and it's pretty much like game over for the Greymon. Just didn't have anything afterwards. And unfortunately, having your Wargreymon getting locked up under your Tamer is like, well, I mean, can't block, can't do anything, lights out, fam. But yeah, I don't think this Wargreymon is playing any Hades forces. If he did, that would have helped him a lot. You could have potentially cleared out at least 2 tamers, because if you do Hades force, um, cleared out some tamers, and then hopefully maybe stop there. But I think the issue was at the end of there was just keeping churn. Like, there's really no way to really keep churn, and that was the biggest issue with Greymon. Is that you have to like find a way to get into your mega, stay on churn, and hopefully like you could do some like damage, and also like have time to use like an option spell. In that case, if he did have Hades Force, again, not sure if he's running it or not. If he did have Hades Force, having a mega available for the deletion effect would have been really nice. Would have slowed down the Watchmaker, or slow down the Digimon, because then you can't just immediately like shove it under the tie, and that means Hunters has to like reestablish their board state and have to like find more tamers, which is already pretty hard for the deck sometimes. It's hard. They play a lot of tamers, but I remember playing Hunters myself and just not seeing any of them, which is so unfortunate. But we'll see in this third match. It's currently 1-1. Very close matches so far. I wonder if like the Hunters players feels a little bit confident, because I think they haven't seen Hades Force, so probably that means like you just like swing free. Again, we'll get the life back on the camera for the following matches in the future. All of these videos that we're going to be showing you from this batch of locals was taken in one day, and I'm not sure if all the life was positioned in the right way, but we'll see. It's just that this one was like really off screen, which is kind of unfortunate, because it's kind of hard to know exactly for sure how much life they're at. Well, I guess we can like tell based on like how the match is going. So Agumon start up in the front, grabbing a Greymon, going to Agu X in the back. That's not bad. Agu X in the front, we might just have all the rookies just hiding in our hands. Grab the Metal Greymon, put everything back down. Then I think we're just gonna end turn with a champion probably, or a tamer. Well, tamer may be a little bit dangerous, but we will do a boost. And I think based on what he was grabbing, yep, we'll just grab the Mega. Or grab the Ultimate, which could mean that he has the Mega in hand already. Raise up with Gumdra, go into Shoutmon King. What are we dropping? We're dropping a Taiki. Taiki is usually like one of the best Hunter tamers to drop pretty early, because you want to get that card draw and cycle. We're going to hit into an Agumon. And we just drew a card off there. No saving, but that's okay, because you know, having a body on board is not bad for Hunters, because when they get deleted, they will save pieces anyway, and a good amount too. The level 4 saves 2 pieces, and the rookies save themselves. So ending turn here with 3 tamers from the Shoutmon Kings, and of course having a good amount of Digimon under them, which means like when they save, they'll save 4 cards total, which is really good. That helps to set up for their next turn. We're going to go up to Greymon up front, going to the Golden Boy. Let's see what he will to after this. It's probably going to be one of the Metal Greymons he picked up, just like that. Has enough to raid into, definitely has enough to raid into that Shoutmon King, drop a Tamer, and then we'll just get some additional value from that. Let's see, drop a Tamer. Doesn't look like he has any, which is unfortunate. He's trying to figure out what to evolve it to next. I think if he has it, go into Greymon, because I saw that he did drop it. But instead going to the Mega. This is very interesting. And now we're in a very precarious situation, because if he has the Electrodronic Superior Mode, he's just going to shove the Mega under the Agumon and just delete it from the Inheritable, which is, I think he should have at least swung the Agu X into Shoutmon King, so at least like it doesn't get arrested. And unfortunately he does get arrested. That was a bit of a misplay. I think he should have just rammed the Agu X into the Shoutmon King since it was suspended, and it would have prevented him from being deleted. And it's just really unfortunate, because that would just trigger pop the Agumon. Unfortunately, no bodies on board, so definitely a big setback. Hits a training, but I don't think that's a big. I don't think that will help the Greymon player too much, because now he has to rebuild the Mega. The rest of the Superior Mode is on field. Now we're just gonna have the Watchmaker live, which is gonna give it extra security checks. I don't think the Greymon deck has much to work with after this. So really unfortunate. I don't think he's gonna make a comeback from this situation. He should have just hit the Agu X into the Shatwan King to ensure that if he does go into a Restojamon, it doesn't get crossed under the rookie and then gets blown up from the Inheritable. A really unfortunate situation, but I do not think like the Greymon player has anything left. There's like enough bodies on board to clear out security, and it looks like he does not play Hades Force. So unfortunately, I think like it's just gonna be game over. We're just gonna swing out, and I think that will be it. Unfortunate. We're gonna finish the game with the rookie. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys again for the next one.